Okay, well, I think we hopefully help cheer him up a bit. Hopefully he won't spiral now. Found it. Todoroki Motors. Hey, yo! Someone by that car. I'm sorry to intrude. Yes, I'll be right there. No. Who are you? My name is Suzuro Ishigami. I'm from the Itsugi Detective Agency. Detective, how can I help you? Do you know this man? Let's talk first. Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm looking for Minoru Suzuki. I heard he works here, or at least that he used to. So I came by to see if that was true. Minoru? You're looking for Minoru? Someone asked me to investigate Mr. Suzuki's whereabouts. Minoru's still alive? I think there's a good chance of that, yes. Give me 1 second. She went inside. We are a detective. Yes, I'm Ishigami of the Itsugi Detective Agency. I'm Todoroki, head mechanic and owner of this garage. This is my wife. Sorry I'm late in saying hello. No worries. So... I'd like to talk to you about Minoru Suzuki. Yes, that's what she said. Come on in! Thank you, I appreciate the offer. To the living room. It's a commercial residential hybrid property. You'll love to see it. Yeah. Thank you. I understand Minoru Suzuki used to work here? Hey, he worked for me. Wow, I finally found someone who actually knows who Minoru Suzuki is! Are you gonna find Minoru? That'd be so wonderful. Yes, it would. I'm doing my best, so I really appreciate your help. I'm happy to give it. So ask me anything at all. I've always wondered what happened to Minoru. Want to help you find out. Thank you for your help. First, let me take a sip of the tea. Thanks for the tea. Oh, ouch. Oh my goodness, you okay? Yes. I'm gonna take, also, I'm sorry, but it has, I'm gonna take you. What's up? Oh, it's getting too late. I'm going crazy. Yeah, I honestly thought we could finish the game, solve the case in this stream, but that's looking less and less likely. I did not think this was a very long game when I started. Let's see. Right. It'd be a dream come true for us to see Minoru again. Please, we are counting on you. I have to ask just how you plan to find somebody who disappeared that long ago. Do you have any leads? I mean, we do have this picture, the sketch. Yes, I had him. This sketch is an attempt to show what Minoru might look like today. It's the only tool I have, but it led me to you. I'd be very interested in learning anything you know. Can you give me a better look, please? Of course, go ahead. He's drawn very well, don't you think, dear? Well, it's been long enough. Minoru would be about that old. I guess we're getting old too. When I first met Minoru, well, almost 20 years ago. I'll tell you, he was an interesting character from the second I saw him. How so? One day 20 years back, I'm working, and now I sometimes can tell someone's watching. I look up and saw someone staring at me in my work from the garage entrance. This was back when I had a full head of hair, mind you. Oh, I had a year. Well, granted, still a receding hairline, but better than what I got now. You like cars, son? When I said that, Minoru looked so happy and nodded his head real fast. He grinned like a child, even though he was much older. Called him over so I could see what we were doing and got close and watched. Very quiet the whole time. As Minoru stood there, his stomach started growling. His clothes, well, I guess you'd say it was easy to tell it'd been a while since he had a roof over his head. So I invited him to dinner and I ended up letting him stay the night. That was ages ago. What kind of person was Minoru? Minoru was, he was a weird guy, won't sugarcoat things, definitely strange individual, strange character. Always seemed like he was keeping something hidden. But he was serious about his work and always seemed like a straight shooter, you know? Sure, yeah. I'll tell you, it was an interesting character from the second we met. I finally found people who knew Midori Suzuki. I've got plenty of questions for him. Minoru was a well-built guy. He ate a lot of food back then. A lot of food. Oh, did he ever? He'd eat so much rice and so fast, bowl after bowl. If she cooked 3 cups of rice, it'd be too much for just us. But with him, oh, we'd go through twice this. Wow. It always made me happy to see how much you liked my cooking. I'd made so many side dishes. Too many. Didn't matter, he ate all of them too. I couldn't have been more flattered as a chef. He ate so much curry rice, I'd ask him, aren't you afraid you turned into a bowl of curry rice? I'm so jealous. I'd say, what kind of stomach do you have? Minoru wasn't what he seemed at first. He seemed like a simple-minded, if nice guy, but he was sharp and more detail-oriented than you'd think. He was very clever with his work. Diligent, appreciated that. He was really quite skilled. His workmanship, and I mean this, was impeccable. Any observations? It was really quite skilled. Okay. Meeting? Yes, Minoru showed up suddenly 20 years ago, then took off just as quickly 2 years later. Where the hell did he go? That damned fool. Do you know what he did before working here? From what he said, Minoru had been bouncing from one place to the next. He wasn't a local? Not so far as I know. Then they asked where he was from because he didn't like to talk about himself. Any idea why? Dear. Huh? Last whale hiss. What's wrong with Mr. Todoroki? It seems like there's something he's having a hard time talking about. What's up? He seems like a nice guy. But is his wife nice? She's the wife of Mr. Todoroki. What about the tea? Oh, the tea is soothing. So I'll take a sip. Well, I'll calm down here. Why is the tea? No, I'm taking a sip of the. Here, do you know this guy? Probably not the best time. He suddenly clammed up. I wonder what's wrong. Take a... I still do kind of think I should take a sip of the tea. Alright, maybe now I should examine him. Picture? Make a call? Examine the surroundings as a whole. It's a regular living room. I guess the garage and the home are connected. What have I not looked at? I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Suzuki, look at that. Wow. I think I've taken literally every action that I can. Well, that's a different reaction. I must have to examine something. Something very specific. The flowers. The cat. He seems like a nice guy, I guess. I wonder what's wrong too. What the heck? I can't do anything. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take your wife. I'm gonna take your tea. Take the tea. What am I supposed to do here? I've done everything. I've lost by doing absolutely everything. I'm just gonna assault your senses with this image over and over and over again. Look at that face. That's the face of a man who regrets not talking to me. Seriously, what can I do? What can I do? Uh-huh. Huh? Talk to me, man! Talk to me! Yeah, she's his wife. The logo on every company, the corner, you wear glasses? You're balding. You make tea. We already tried that. You have a wife. She has beautiful eyes. Beautiful eyes. I can see why you two got together. I want more tea. It's a regular living room. Okay, great. Yeah, I kind of feel like it'd be less rude for me to just make a call than those. I'm sure to just sit here staring at each other for several minutes. I'm taking you. What can I do here? Have I broken the game? Like, I don't think I've ever used the notebook to interact with the world. Unless specifically prompted. Like, what's going on here? Why can't I do anything? Like, in the picture, and then maybe if I ask directly after that? No. I guess the only thing, like, the picture gives him a different facial reaction. Then I can think on that. Wonder what's wrong. Show picture. And then examine him. What is going on here? Like, the game feels like it's actually broken. I wonder what's wrong too. I don't know, maybe if I like, save and then come back? I'll try closing the game and then coming back in. Maybe that'll do something. Okay, we've loaded back in anew. It seems like it's the exact same situation. Why do I get the exact same dialogue for examining the tea as I get for taking the tea? Like, I'm almost at the point where I feel like I need to look up a guide. Like, there's nothing else I can examine in this household. You gotta, no, like, it's not a specific part of you that I can look at. Like, oh, your hands are shaking. What the heck is going on? It's a regular living room. A regular super awkward living room. Okay, I think I need, I don't know. I feel like I need to look this up. This is getting ridiculous. What chapter is this? Is that chapter 10? It has been forever since I've looked up a guide. Okay. Okay, the motors. Says I should examine him. But I've done that so many times. It just says he seems like a nice guy. Oh, I needed to look at his face specifically. Okay, look, game. If you're going to have two distinct things I can examine, they need to be labeled as two distinct things. I can see you have a good soul. After peering into your eyes for the last 10, 15 minutes, however long it's been. Huh? Minoru had eyes like yours. Oh. You're right. Here you are trying to find Minoru. One good soul searching for another. That's not a bad deal. Okay, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you. Okay. Minoru as well. I spent time in a juvenile detention center. Oh. I never asked what he did to land him there. Told him I wouldn't ask and that he didn't have to say anything to me if he didn't want to. A juvenile detention center. Minoru got certified as a mechanic when he was at the juvenile detention center. He said he'd always lived curs. Didn't know what put him in the detention center, but I could see he had busted his ass to climb up from where he was. I liked him so much I offered him the chance to work with me full time. Gave him a place to live and he worked in my garage for a while. Minoru was very serious and honest, so honest, like a child. Indeed. They really cared for him. I was glad Minoru was here. He helped me out a lot. Was there anything else that stands out in your mind regarding Minoru? Let's see. Minoru was extremely awkward. He rarely spoke to anyone but us. I suppose you'd say he was a man of few words. He didn't say much to us either, not really. I could tell he was kind. I admit I was always surprised at how little he spoke. Okay. I wonder if I'm forgetting anything. You know, quiet as he was, I do remember something Minoru said one day that really stood out. Said someday he'd like to give his sister a ride in his car. What? Minoru had a sister? Do you know about this girl? I don't know if his family ever took care of him. So I thought I should help him as I could. I thought he'd need a driver's license, so I got him his license. It made him so happy. Those are good days. The best days. It was like having a new family. I thought those days would last for a long time. Why else like this? One day Minoru suddenly said he was quitting. Really? So Minoru quit before he disappeared. Did he give a reason for quitting? No, not to me. Minoru had his mind made up, so I didn't press. I did give him a car, though, as a parting gift. Man, that is a really generous parting gift! Employer of the Year right there! Sheesh, I need to get a job for Mr. Todoroki. A car? Whatever became of that car? It was a used car on the verge of being scrapped, but it was still a car. Still ran and everything, you know. I gave Minoru the keys and told him. And actually, I guess if you're a mechanic, like the downsides of buying like heavily used are less so, because you can do a lot of the work yourself, so you're just paying for parts, not labor. She'll take you anywhere you want to go. He just smiled so big. I won't complain about him quitting so suddenly, but he was so happy it didn't matter what I thought. Then Minoru drove away. I in the car just disappeared. Do you know the car's VIN? Maybe? Like, you know, then we could maybe track like where it's been registered? I'm sure he's kept it working just fine. Alright, right. There was one more thing I gave Minoru. What's that? Sheet metal shears. Minoru was good at sheet metal work. It was his first job. I thought he ought to take the sheet metal tool he was used to using. I've got plenty of questions, okay. I asked for sheet metal shears, so I gave them to him. Sheet metal shears. Hold on, let me look at the notebook. Does that relate to any of the cases? Like... Fuku, conflict... Paper bag... I don't think the shears have come up. It's an interesting little detail, though. Minoru said he was going with his sister. I wondered if maybe once they got where they were going, he'd get back into the car business. With his scales and those shears, he could go anywhere. Yeah, but even then... Is it true about the blood they found in his home? Minoru was always a good person. Did he get mixed up in a bad situation? Mr. and Mrs. Todoroki talk about Minoru Suzuki like he's their own child. It must have been heartbreaking when he left them. Did you tell the police back then what you just told me? There were two detectives that came sniffing around here. I told them we had a Minoru Suzuki who worked here, but he quit. Don't know where he went. I truly don't know where Minoru went, and I didn't tell those detectives any of the things I've told you about him. They seem so suspicious of him. I haven't kept it a secret that I gave Minoru a car. I don't know what else to say, except I hope you find him. We're counting on you. Please find Minoru. Help him if you can. He has no one in this world but us. I never heard him talk about any friends. Friends. They haven't said anything out of Ayaka Hashizumi yet. True. Did Minoru ever mention a woman named Ayaka Hashizumi? Ayaka Hashizumi? Do you know her? No, I never heard the name. I don't know if Minoru ever had any lady friends. Interesting. So they aren't familiar with Ayaka Hashizumi. Well, I've taken up a lot of their time. Is there anything else I should ask? I started this company almost 40 years ago. Really? That long? Yes, indeed. I've been doing this for maybe twice as long as you've been alive. Oh. Hey, it's a small company, so my wife helps me out. She got a death grip on the purse strings. That's a little rude, ain't it? Maybe, but it's true, though. They seem to be joking, but who can tell? I'd like to retire sometime, but I don't have anyone who can take over the business for me. I wish Minori were here. Do you know this man? I'm sorry, but I don't recognize him. Even that's a sketch. Still a good soul. This couple saw Minoru Suzuki as a member of their family. But I'm looking for him so I can solve Isuke's murder. If I tell them about why I'm really here, there's no point in talking about it, or as I probably should tell them, just in case. Like it might be relevant. What is it? You look like you want to say something. With no link between the smiling man and Minoru, anything I say will just make these people feel badly. No, it's nothing. Just thinking things through. I've heard what I wanted to hear. Now it's time for me to leave. Thank you for your time. My apologies for staying so long. I'll get going now. Take care and get home safe. If you find Minoru, tell him I said hello. Then grab him with both hands and bring him here! Getting us so worried. I'm gonna give him a good old lecturing. You got it. Thank you, Detective, for coming all this way. Thank you for your help. My husband had thought of doing paperwork to make Minoru family, so he could take over the garage. Oh. I agreed, of course, so, if you find Minoru, please tell him he can come back anytime. I understand. I will definitely tell him. Thank you very much. Welcome back, Suzuki. How did today's investigation go? I spoke with the owner of Todoroki Motors over in Kamamatsu about the Minoru Suzuki. That's great. So did you hear? All about how he came to work there, his personality, everything. From what I've heard, Minoru Suzuki doesn't sound like the kind of person we're hunting. But he did spend time in a juvenile detention center, so something must have happened in his youth. Oh, interesting. Anyway, let's review what you've learned at Todoroki Motors. Agreed. Well, at Todoroki Motors, I learned that Minoru Suzuki is still missing. Still missing.
So the couple that runs Todoroki Motors don't know Minoru Suzuki's whereabouts either? Minoru didn't talk a lot, but there's one thing he definitely dreamed of doing. That dream was, to give his sister a ride in his own car. To give his sister a ride in his own car. He had a sister? That's what it sounds like. But he quit Todoroki Motors with almost no warning. Mr. Todoroki gave Minoru 2 gifts. The first was... Select the keyword. I guess it's probably... a car. And the second was... sheet metal shears. He has a car and a pair of sheet metal shears. Mr. Todoroki gave them as a parting gift. We're learning new We're learning new things about this, and the case is getting pretty complicated. Let's be careful, okay? Yeah, I agree. What's wrong? Something on your mind? We've learned a lot, but I can't find a connection between Minoru Suzuki and Isuke Sasaki. We're not getting to the bottom of anything, even though we keep investigating. Don't try to rush it. It's not like you. Yeah. Oh. Oh, the phone's ringing. Hey, I think it's yours? Oh, hey, you're right. It's Mr. Utsugi. Mr. Utsugi, how are you? Hello, Suzuru. I've traced the origin of the Smiling Man store to Uruma Village. Uruma Village? Are you sure? Oh, hey. Uruma Village is practically a ghost town. Older population, most visitors are people going to or from the city. It was difficult to find anyone who knew much of value. But I finally found someone who knew the origins of the Smiling Man. The story seems to stem from events that took place 30 years ago in the village. However, it's not a story about a killer wearing a paper bag and terrorizing the populace. Oh. It's just like Fukuyama said. As the story spread, it matured into what we think of as the Smiling Man today. And I'm certain that what happened 18 years ago had a big effect on the legend. I'll tell you more when I get home. Until then. Yeah? There's someone involved in this story whose name I think you'll recognize. Do you know who I'm talking about? It's gotta be Mama Shoko, yeah? Mama Shoko, right? Unfortunately, that's wrong. Dang! The person most closely associated with the origin of the Smiling Man is Minoru Suzuki. The assumption is that Suzuki disappeared and died, but even if that's the case, I believe he was deeply connected to the case. Keep up the good work, you two. Understood. Leave it to us. I'm counting on you two to keep the investigation going until I'm back. Oh, there's our connection between Minoru Suzuki and the Smiling Man. It seems like Megumi and Detective Kuze saw Minoru dressed as the Smiling Man, doesn't it?
If that's the case, that would give us Isuke's murderer. Well, now I feel like we're a step away from solving the whole case! Yeah, that's the spirit. You're a genius, Mr. Utsugi. Yes! If Minori Suzuki is a smiling man, he's probably hiding in Kafuku City. I'll go back to Todoroki Motors tomorrow and chat with the owners some more. Something seems off about this whole situation. What is it? But when I was on the phone, she was close. Oh, right, we're not talking about the case anymore. We're talking about my unrequited feelings for my coworker. Oh, I almost forgot something important. Important how? That's how you told me that yesterday. I borrowed one because I had a hunch. Ah. Here it is. What do you think? It looks similar to the one I saw, but it's weird. Where did this tie come from? I borrowed it from Mr. Fukuyama. It's a tie from the Minami Daisan Junior High School uniform. Oh. Oh. That pattern. I think it's the same one I saw on the tie in Detective Kuse's apartment. Why would she have... If it's supposed to be part of the middle school uniform, why would she have that? If there were evidence in the case, it'd be at the police precinct, I would think. And I don't think she had any, like, relatives that would attend the school, so, like, it's not like she has a child enrolled or something, or even a cousin, or niece or nephew. Why did tie from Minami Daisan Junior High School be in Detective Kuse's apartment? Hey, you know the picture of Isuke that Inspector Kamada showed me at the pumping station? I don't think Isuke was wearing a tie. Oh. So what happened to Isuke's tie? Maybe it's the one you saw in Detective Kuse's apartment. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know, it looked like a tie from Minami Daisan Junior High School, but... It's possible Isuke took it off once he got home. There's no guarantee that the tie in Detective Kuse's apartment belonged to Isuke, but... There's a motorcycle spotted near where the body was found. And Detective Kuse rides a motorcycle. And she had a tie that looked just like the one he could have worn in her apartment. I don't know what to think about it, but is it possible... Could Detective Kuse be a suspect in Isuke's murder? Hey, I was wondering... You think it's possible Detective Kuse seized the tie's evidence? And it's possible, but I don't think she'd take it out of the precinct in that case. I don't think you'd just take evidence home as a detective. Even if she did, it's strange that she'd keep it at home instead of turning it over to forensics. Yeah, you're right. Wow, Wow, what's going on? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. If there is something... If the reason she has a tie is malicious, the fact that I reboxed it and put it on the table means she knows I know about it. Maybe Detective Kamihara? I should just talk to him rather than speculate. Hello, Kamihara here. Sorry for calling so late. Do you have a moment? What's up? Is there any chance you can meet tomorrow morning? Anything for the boy detective. I'll try to make time before work. Thank you. I'll just wait for you in front of the Utsugi Detective Agency, if that's alright. You got it, buddy. See you then. Yep, see you tomorrow. Detective Kamihara came and met with me the next morning, and we chatted as he drove. In the back of my mind, I was probably hoping he'd laugh off my suspicions about Detective Kuzai. I would have liked him to say, "What are you talking about? You're overthinking it."